So the Colts have Fever players out. Sophie was not there, but they give everyone jerseys, and Caitlin Clark, grew up in Iowa, is a Chiefs fan, refused to wear the Colts jersey. She just held it up like this. And she hasn't gone out and said, like, I didn't do it because I'm a Chiefs fan, but the internet was like, she's a real one.
I love it.
And it's just like...
So here's the shocker lighting up the WNBA. Caitlin Clark isn't just the league's poster girl. According to Sophie Cunningham, she's practically calling every shot in Indiana. And what Cunningham just spilled on her podcast has executives panicking and fans absolutely spiraling. We're talking LeBron-level command, secret defensive blueprints built to stop her, and a commissioner getting roasted across social media. But here's the twist no one wants to admit. This isn't only about hoops. It's about power, envy, and a league that clearly wasn't ready for the earthquake Clark set off. Cunningham's revelation flips the script on the WNBA's polished sisterhood narrative. When she hit record on her latest episode, she dropped a grenade. Nobody predicted, and the shockwaves are still rolling. Clark doesn't just suit up for the Fever. She shapes the offense, influences big decisions, and operates like a 10-year vet. Cunningham even likened her pull to LeBron James, saying Clark wields the kind of authority most rookies only dream about after seasons of proving themselves. This wasn't some offhand comment, folks. Sophie Cunningham isn't new to this game. She knows every inch of the league, every player, every power move. She's shared the court with the biggest names in women's basketball. So when she opens her mouth, the entire WNBA listens. Her revelation? It sent shockwaves ripping through basketball circles, confirming the whispers everyone had, but no one dared to say aloud. A rookie with that kind of pull? Practically unheard of in pro sports, and the veterans aren't exactly thrilled. The LeBron comparison? Oh, that wasn't random. Let it sink in. LeBron hit the NBA with insane hype, but even he had to grind before front offices crowned him the franchise architect. Caitlin Clark strolled into Indianapolis and instantly started sketching blueprints for the team's future. Cunningham spilled that coaches regularly tap Clark for plays, tweaks, even roster decisions. That's not rookie behavior, it's CEO energy. The Fever didn't just trust her. They tossed her the keys and said, "Drive." And by Cunningham's account, Clark didn't stall for a second. She's proven she can steer that machine like a seasoned vet, leaving no doubt that Indiana's new era runs on her vision, and everyone else is just along for the ride. Now here's where things start heating up. The fact that Caitlin Clark holds that kind of sway, yeah, it's shaking the entire WNBA to its core. Veteran players who've been grinding for years are suddenly watching a 22-year-old rookie walk in with the kind of authority they've never even sniffed. But the real jaw-dropper came when Sophie Cunningham decided to spill the locker room tea from Clark's rookie season, and it was scalding. Teams weren't just trying to outscore her. Nope, they were scheming to break her spirit. Cunningham confessed that her old squad, the Phoenix Mercury, literally held meetings about making Clark's nights miserable. The plan was cold, calculated, and ruthless. Rough her up, test the refs, push every limit possible, and find out if the college Golden Girl could survive when the gloves came off. Forget basketball. This was straight-up psychological warfare dressed up as veteran toughness. Mercury players allegedly traded notes on how to body her, shake her confidence, and prove that the WNBA wasn't about to roll out a velvet carpet just because she came with TV ratings and corporate gold. Cunningham didn't drop every name, but she left no room for doubt. This was a coordinated campaign by multiple veterans who felt seriously threatened by Clark's spotlight. Let that sink in. While the media was busy crowning her the future of women's basketball, Clark was walking into arenas where rivals had pre-planned how to rattle her. Those hits she took? They weren't just physical. They were personal, deliberate, and meant to send a message. It wasn't random. It was calculated, deliberate, and meant to send a message loud enough for the whole league to hear. The veterans wanted to see if Caitlin Clark would crack under pressure or punch back twice as hard. They wanted proof. Was the hype real, or was she just another college sensation about to fold under pro-level fire? Sophie Cunningham's confession backed every fan complaint that Clark's treatment all season wasn't just tough, it was targeted. Then came the spark that flipped the narrative and made Cunningham Clark's unofficial enforcer. During a fiery showdown between the Fever and Mercury, tempers boiled over. Clark got caught in a messy, suspiciously rough scuffle, and before anyone could blink, Cunningham jumped right in. Full defender mode activated. Cameras didn't miss a second. She got in faces, cut off opponents, and sent a crystal-clear message. Anyone messing with Clark was now messing with her. Social media lost its collective mind. The footage blew up everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. Overnight, the clip hit millions of views and turned Cunningham into a trending sensation. Her follower count skyrocketed from 400,000 to over 1 million before the week was out, and suddenly, brands were flooding her inbox. The league fined her $900 for the chaos, but instead of apologizing, she wore that penalty like a trophy. To her, it wasn't punishment. It was proof she'd just earned her stripes as Clark's ride or die. The bodyguard who turned a brawl into a viral movement and made sure the message hit every corner of the WNBA. The league dared to fine her again. But Sophie Cunningham wasn't fazed. She hopped on social media and laughed it off, calling it the best $900 she'd ever spent. Why? Because that fine showed the world where she stood and exactly what she'd risk for her teammate. The whole enforcer label wasn't a job she applied for, but once it stuck, there was no going back. Overnight, Cunningham wasn't just another reliable WNBA player. She became Caitlin Clark's shield, the one woman in the league unafraid to throw down for the rookie everyone else seemed eager to humble. That viral showdown didn't just skyrocket her fame. It rewired how fans and players saw her entire role. Jump ahead to the offseason. Cunningham clearly wasn't done stirring things up. That's when Commissioner Cathy Engelbert dropped a tone-deaf bomb during an interview, casually pairing Clark's name with a $16 million stat. Sure, she admitted Clark boosted league profits, but the phrasing? It screamed, "We made her." And that sent Cunningham into orbit. She saw red, grabbed her phone, and torched the commissioner online so fiercely that even the league office probably needed ice packs for the burn. She jumped on Instagram and absolutely obliterated Cathy Engelbert. In a post so savage it left zero room for misinterpretation. Cunningham called her, quote, "the most delusional leader the WNBA has ever seen." And within minutes, the internet went nuclear. Fans, players, analysts, everyone had an opinion. Some applauded Sophie Cunningham for finally saying what others whispered behind closed doors, calling it a bold stand against the league's silence. Others clutched their pearls, insisting she'd just torched her own career by disrespecting the commissioner on the main feed. But love her or hate her, no one could scroll past it. The post dominated timelines, and suddenly Engelbert was scrambling to do damage control after getting roasted by one of the league's loudest voices. And no, Cunningham wasn't stirring the pot just for clout. She was legitimately furious that the commissioner was basking in Caitlin Clark's glow while ignoring the brutal targeting Clark endured all season. According to Cunningham, the league watched the rookie get knocked around night after night and barely lifted a finger. Her rant wasn't polished or PR approved. It was raw, personal, and totally unfiltered. She said what she said and refused to walk it back. A risky move? Absolutely. In a tight-knit league like the WNBA, calling out the boss could be career suicide. But Cunningham clearly decided that silence was worse. And that Instagram post? It became her rallying cry and the league's latest public nightmare. That post became a rallying cry for fans furious about how the league bungled Caitlin Clark's rookie year. It cracked open a huge divide between players who think the WNBA should protect its stars and others who swear that giving anyone special treatment ruins the sport's integrity. But Sophie Cunningham wasn't done. Oh no, her podcast bombshells just kept detonating. She didn't just hype Clark's skills or clap back at her haters. She went full throttle at anyone who dared to deny that Clark now is the WNBA.